If you're a musician and trying to make your mark online, whether on YouTube or Instagram or any other platform, then this video is for you. Hey everyone, Yasin here. Welcome to my channel. I've just hit the milestone of creating 200 videos. This is number 200 just for YouTube, but still it's a big achievement. And I wanted to share the crucial lessons that I learned along the way. If you're starting just now, it's going to be a very good guide. If you already started, I assure you these tips will help you grow faster. I have 9 tips for you in 3 categories: music, video, and social media. And I also added 1 bonus tip at the end, and it's maybe the most important one as a content creator. I personally dislike the idea of content and content creation, but at the same time I did my best to make it easier to explain because English is my second language. So please bear with me on this one. Get a cup of coffee or your beverage of choice, and if you're ready, let's start. First and foremost, practice your instruments. I know it's obvious, but at the same time it's crucial and foundation of everything. The better you get, you will have more materials to create videos. It will take less time to make your own songs, cover other people's or band songs, or whatever you want to make. Not only does this to improve your skills, but at the same time, there will be a lot of content for you to share along the way, like your practice sessions. Share your progress, show off the new techniques that you learned and mastered, and let the audience grow with you. I started to upload covers. It was my first goal. It was 8 years ago, and I covered a lot of songs, and I decided to make my own songs. I learned tracking, mixing, mastering, how to use a DAW, and so on. I practiced maybe thousands of hours. I composed over 20 songs and a lot of demos that did not make a song yet. And all I can say is the videos that you are seeing on YouTube is basically just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of the things that I cannot show to you because I didn't record them, and that was a big mistake. So I'm telling you this because I am hoping that you will value the time you're putting into your instruments, learning new techniques, doing your best to master the technique in the best possible way, and learn the songs that inspired you for a long time and make your own songs. Please understand that they're very valuable, and even if one person get inspired by that, it's worth to record, it's worth to make a video, and it's worth to share. Your journey as a musician is a content goldmine. Whether it's a tricky solo that you're nailing or a new song that you're composing, share these moments with your audience. It's inspiring, and you can also see yourself improving and growing each day. Next, identify what you want to share as a musician. It's better be what you're excited the most. Is it covers, original music, compositions, mixing? Finding your musical identity is key to standing out. What do you enjoy the most? What are your strengths? This will not only guide your content, but at the same time you will create a deeper connection with your audience. I always call myself a perfectionist. I did my best to make things as perfect and polished as possible. It kind of consumed me, but at the same time I learned a lot of stuff while doing it. And since I like to share stuff like my knowledge and tips and tricks, I start to make these videos. I also like making covers, full remix of the songs that I really like, and my own compositions. So I'm doing my best to create content around these topics and present it to you. It will take some time to understand what you love. Please post whatever you wanna post at the moment, whatever you can think of. And after that, after 20, 30, 50 videos, you will realize that you like some of things more than others. And you can now make a list and think of some ideas about what is going to be your next step. At this point, I think you already know what you love. Your channel is more than just a place to showcase your work. It's a feedback mechanism. Even though no one is giving you any feedback yet, you can identify your own videos, your own techniques, and you can understand what is your weaknesses and your strengths. It's like a mirror. You're gonna look at it and you will realize that you need to improve yourself in certain techniques. But at the same time, you will also realize how much you've grown since that particular video and performance. For me, I have a good control over the guitar, and my legato is much better than doing this other type of shredding, mostly with picking, because my weakness is my picking hand. Especially when I'm picking fast lines, I'm doing arm picking, which is not an optimal thing to do actually, and it can be sloppy and you lose your stamina very quickly. And because of that, after I realized this mistake, I worked on my right hand and I did my best to learn wrist picking, and I practiced daily, weekly, monthly, and I checked my previous videos all the time. I constantly made new covers, and every single time where I go back, I realized that I'm actually improving, which was a very good motivation. This has been the most valuable tool for me, not just as a content creator, but as a musician. Watching yourself over time and getting these insights help you to fix yourself, and it's much better just practicing in your bedroom. Now let's talk about the visual side. The environment you record in matters a lot. Clean your space, make sure that the lighting is on point, and experiment on camera angles. A good take can be ruined by poor video. And even though you can edit the video and fix a couple of things, you cannot perform miracles because everything starts with the source. I always start by moving out all the unnecessary equipment from my desk. Then I set the lights and I put the camera. Then I use my Apple Watch, or I ask some help from my wife to find the best angle possible for that particular video. If you're doing this alone, you can also use a mirror. If you don't have any lighting equipment, you can utilize the sunlight. But if you're shooting in evenings or nights, you should definitely get at least some basic lighting equipment, and this way you can control your environment better. Even simple adjustments can make a huge difference. It's all about making sure that your audience is not just listening to you, but also enjoys the visual experience. Editing is a very crucial skill that every content creator should know. No one expects you to make Hollywood quality videos, but knowing how to cut between the angles, syncing the audio, color grading, and transitions will help you to elevate your content. Remember, they are here for the music, but you should also provide a certain visual standard. I'm constantly checking video editing tutorials to get better at it, and even the simple moves that I am learning cumulatively helping me to create higher quality and higher standard videos, and it definitely shows in time. For me, learning to edit was a game changer. It has helped me to present my music with higher quality and professional visual experience. And believe me, your viewers will notice your efforts in this. Whether you're just talking or making a cover video, scripting or planning is crucial. You're both director and performer. So having a clear vision about what you want to achieve will save your time, and it's going to help you to create a better, polished product. For covers, it can be as easy as choosing the angles and the sections of the song, but for the videos where you talk, you need to have a certain script and at least outline the most important points in the video that you're going to talk about. I found that even a simple outline can make a big difference. It keeps me focused, and I make sure that I explain everything without getting sidetracked. One of the most important aspects of content creation to understand why you're doing it. What drives you to make music and share it with the world? This why will become your foundation of your content. It's not just about the notes that you can play. It's about the value that you will bring through your content. I always wanted to make covers of the bands or guitarists that I really liked and inspired by. Periphery, Alter Bridge, Epica, Pliny, Dream Theater, and all the bands and guitarists that I really love and inspired by are helping me to find my musical purpose. It all started with covers, then I wanted to make my own music. I started to compose my music in two different genres, progressive metal and lo-fi. I realized I love working on production, mixing and mastering. While working on these, I learned a lot of new things: tracking, how to use the DAW, plugins to mix and master, and guitar tone, and so on. I realized that there was a world of plugins to mix and master, find the best guitar tone ever that I wasn't aware of, and I learned about them and used them in my own songs. Then I started to make some demos of plugins and libraries from Neural DSP, Submission Audio, Get Good Drums, Isotope, Slate Digital, and so on. Then I started to make a full remake of the songs that I really like. With my original songs, I also learned about song promotion. And now I'm doing my best to explain how to do all of these in the best and efficient way as possible. And with educational content, I'm helping people, including you, to be the best themselves. All of these are my content and purposes right now. For me, it's about sharing my passion for music and helping others to grow. Knowing this keeps me motivated, even on the tough days. It's rare to find something original these days, so don't be afraid of having a similar concept or theme with other people, and you should have references and mentors. Watch what others in your niche are doing, engage with their content, talk with them, and learn from them. What makes their videos enjoyable? What can you take from them and make your own? I really like Kian Hushman's video structure, musical identity, and attention to detail in the plugin demos. I also like Connor Kaminsky's musical ideas and inspirations, attention to detail in the video editing, and I think he's a really good teacher. I have a lot of inspirations and I do my best to analyze them, how they present themselves, how they present their gear, how they do the demos, what kind of video structure they are following, and I do my best to put my part on it and make it my own. This isn't about copying. This is about understanding what works and why it works, so you can innovate this idea and bring your unique twist into the table. Regularly analyze your own work. Most importantly, the statistics. Go back, watch your videos, and assess what worked and what didn't. This will guide your future content and help you grow as a musician and content creator. I checked which videos were hits, what kind of watch time I received, and I also checked the retention graph, if the video worked or not, or which part I should took out for the next video. And at the same time, I also checked the comments, what kind of questions I received, so I can maybe make a video about it. This process will never end. The more you do it, the better you will get. You will identify the areas and you will refine your content as a musician and a content creator, and it will be much pleasing to the audience. Before the bonus tip, I want to talk about myself. I'm making modern metal and also lo-fi. If you want to check my music, it's going to be in the description. I'm also sharing Neural DSP tones if you're a guitar player and using Neural DSP products, and you can check my merch. There are really interesting and cool stuff there, so if you would like to support the channel, I would appreciate it. Let's continue. Finally, the most important tip: be yourself. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be perfect or trying to fit a certain image. But remember, your authenticity is what will resonate the most with your audience. Whoever you wanna be, there will be always some people who don't like you or try to troll you, and there will be always some people who like you and follow you regardless who you are. It's better to be honest to yourself and don't hide your personality. You are unique and people need to see you as real as possible. No one resembles themselves with a perfect image or a perfect person, and flaws and mistakes, these are the things that make us human anyway. Just be real and people will follow you and like you, will be there with you until the end. If you decide to be perfect, any mistake you'll show will be a big crack on the ego that you created. I'm not a musician. I'm a software engineer who has a full-time job, family, and a lot of responsibility with passion for music. Funny thing, people think that I'm a full-time musician. It's actually far from that. I have roughly 2 hours every day to practice and be better at guitar, make demos, make my own songs, cover songs, do some recording, tracking, mixing, mastering, video editing, song promotion, whatever you can think of. And sometimes I have to steal these times from my sleep. Anything you see, my music, my video, my website, my social media, and everything in there is completely done by me, by having a small amount of time and stealing from sleep and with full of passion. And whenever I open Instagram, I see a perfect composition with amazing polished mixing, and I demoralize myself like I'm not doing enough. But the thing is, I shouldn't compare myself with others because I don't know their stories. Are they full-time musicians with more experience? Maybe they have a lot of time to work on this. Maybe they delegate their work, maybe they work as a group. One person does the mixing, the other one does the thumbnails, and so on. Anything is possible. And the most important thing is that is another musician, amazing work. I should try to listen and watch that and do my best to analyze it instead of comparing myself and demoralize myself. And when you're authentic, it will be much easier because instead of creating an ego that will be cracked very easily, now you are honest to yourself and you're open to learning. Sharing these struggles are not making me weak, it makes me real. And being real and honest is something that your audience will appreciate. So there you have it. 10 tips that shaped my journey as a musician and a content creator. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more tips and insights like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experience, so please drop a comment below. And remember, the most important thing is to keep creating and stay true to yourself. I'll see you in the next video.